leg over. My baby give me leg over. Hangover. Baby, she did give me hangover. Hey.
Welcome everyone to this week's episode of Unrooted Women's Volleyball Edition. And my guest for this week's show was none other than junior outside hitter on the women's volleyball team, Kenzie Carpenter. Kenzie, thanks so much for joining me on the show.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. Now let's start by talking about you a little bit. And the first thing I want to point out is that you actually created the initial graphic for Unrooted last year in the spring, and you are a marketing intern here for Menlo College Athletics. You seem to be pretty hooked now on us, don't you?
I mean, kind of. I've been here for 3 years, so it seems like it's going pretty well for me. It's fun.
Yeah, you're still working here, so that's
I
good.
am.
That's a good thing. You've been here at Menlo, like you said, for 3 years, Mount Hood Conference honors in high school as a senior. What's the volleyball scene like in Oregon as a whole? Because I only know it here, of course, in California, not up north.
Well, here in California, it's way more expanded. Like, California volleyball is a lot bigger than it is in Oregon. From where I grew up, I played at a family club, so I never really got anywhere huge like JOs or AUs, but I mean, it's really family-like, I think, in Oregon, just because everybody knows each other in the power leagues. You always play the same teams or close to the same team. So, I mean, I feel like it's more family-like in Oregon than it is in California.
And not as many places to travel around, of course,
yeah, exactly,
too, because California, you can go all the way up north from here, you can go all the way down south from here, you can go to Nevada and play, you can go anywhere.
It is super nice. I mean, but where I live, it's right on the border of Oregon and Washington, so you can go 30 minutes and play some Washington teams.
So you're about as north as you can possibly get up there in Oregon City.
Yep.
What's it like in Oregon City, Oregon?
It depends on what part you're in. There's a top of the hill, which is newer, and then the bottom of the hill, which is like the old town. There's like really old brick buildings and the old paper mills there. It used to be the capital of Oregon, Oregon City. But it's just really old down there, and it's really cool and intricate, and I like it. It's
so
fun.
Let me guess, you're up top.
I am up top.
Of course. The part that you just build up is not as great is the part where you're at.
Yeah,
wonderful.
exactly.
Now we'll stick with the kind of mountain theme here a little bit. You guys took a retreat to Tahoe before the season.
Yep.
And I heard that you were making fire from sticks, and you were overall being the most resourceful woman out there. How did you become a survivalist?
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a survivalist.
Well, I'm going to.
Okay, I'm a survivalist. I've been camping since I've been like in elementary school, so I've always been growing up around fires and stuff like that. So I mean, I just kind of niched myself into there and just took control of the cooking and the flaming, and it was fun, and I liked it, and I got really dirty, and yep.
Was there anybody else who was joining you?
People tried to help me out, like by getting sticks and stuff, and they like poke it every once in a while. I'm like, don't poke it. Like, this is mine. But yeah.
So what's the secret to starting a successful fire?
You got to get the kindling, like the little sticks, and then I always use either a tissue, a paper towel, or a paper plate to start it, and then it just catches the little sticks on fire, and you're good.
Rubbing them together? Impressive. How long did it take? Because I've never done that before.
I haven't either. I'm just kidding.
Really?
Yeah. I used a lighter.
Okay. Well, that question is invalid now. You're no longer a survivalist.
I mean, I could try.
Well, I was thinking that you were being built up to be like this just nature woman.
I mean, I am still nature woman.
With a lighter.
Yeah, with just modern technology.
All right, let's talk about the team a little bit now,
Okay.
Kenzie. 2 big conference wins for Menlo were earned last week, both of them coming in 4 sets. There might have been some mistakes for you guys in dropping the 1 set in each match, but what led you guys to shaking them off and overcoming them so well?
Well, Denise really brought this idea of every single point counts, and after every point, you just move on to the next one. So I think we're doing really well in implementing that strategy from her, and just moving on and learning from that mistake that we just made and getting the next point.
And what impressed me the most was how strong you ladies were on the attack in both sets against San Diego Christian and Arizona Christian. What allowed for the improved play on the attacking front?
Well, we are a lot more communicative with our back row defense, so they are able to see which spots are more open, and it brings the confidence to the hitters to know where to hit the ball, and we're a really strong team on the front line, so I mean, hitting ball is what we do best. So
for you outside hitters, it's really as much about what they're telling you from behind as well as what you see up front.
Yeah, exactly. Like from the front line, like myself, you have to see the block which sometimes doesn't allow you to see what's behind it, but the defense is able to see what is open, say that like the open tip in the hole or like the deep line shot sometimes you can't see, but if they let you know it's there, then you can put it there and kill it.
One of the ladies who really took advantage of that this past week was Sierra Busher. She had 31 kills over the 2 matches and is really making a strong push to be GSAC Attacker of the Week. How valuable is it to have someone of her skill set on your side of the net as opposed to playing against her?
It's huge having somebody like Sierra. She's really intelligent in where she places the balls. Like I think the line shot and the tool off the block really was effective for both of the teams we played this past weekend. And overall, she's just a really strong hitter, so she has a really strong swing, and it's really effective against both of their defenses. So, I mean, that made us pull over them, which was nice.
Now, last year's team had 15 wins. This year's team has 14 wins, and we still have 1 entire month left in the season.
Yes.
What's been the biggest difference for you ladies this year?
I think having Denise come in and really have us support each other and like being confident in each other's abilities to do their own job and like really pushing us to put an effort on every single ball even if we know we can't get there. I think that's really what's doing it for us, is getting the support from not only like the defense and having them behind you. If you're going to hit into the block, they're going to cover it, and they're supporting you in that way, and then your setters are giving you the good ball that they know they can do, so they're supporting you that way, and then you just give communication to everybody that you can, and it works.
Yeah. Now you ladies only have 1 match this week. It's going to be, well, before this episode airs of Unrooted, it's on Wednesday against Pacific Union. So the next time you're in conference play is later on next week against William Jessup. You've already beaten them once. What did you learn from that match that you're going to use to help beat them again a second time?
Well, I think along with that match and the other matches that we played, our attacking areas are what give us the most points against a team. So I think when we do scout William Jessup specifically, we're going to figure out which shots are more effective and what their offense does and where they hit the ball and where they place things. So we'll be able to pick up whatever they throw at us and just adjust to everything.
And I'm sure stick to your game. I've been hearing that a lot from you ladies all season long. Not so much what the opposition is doing, but you just have to control your game and things will go the way you want.
Yeah, exactly. Not playing down or up to, or up would be great, but not playing down to the other team's levels. Which
for sure. All right, Kenzie, today presents a very unique opportunity for us because it's time for Brownie Bites, and I'm going to ask them while eating a brownie bite.
From the caf.
From the cafeteria. This is very special because I've never seen Brownie Bites in the cafeteria, especially on a day where I'm doing an Unrooted interview. So this is going to be fantastic. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, question number 1. Which teammate would make the best actress?
Okay, I have to think about this, like, because it doesn't really pop into my head, but after looking at my roster, I think Jaden Scott, one of our freshmen, would be the best actress on the team, just because she has that air about her. Like, she's really confident in herself, which I love, and I mean, she would kill it if she was an actress. So.
Okay. What would she star in?
I feel like it'd be a rom-com. Romantic comedy.
I
don't know
it
what
took me a second to pick up what a rom-com was. I'm very non-educated.
Well, I don't know. Let's just see where.
Okay, I can see that. All right, question number 2. Which teammate would be most likely to walk into a room with a penguin that is wearing a sombrero?
It's funny. Monica Ruby, one of my roommates.
Yes.
Well, I mean, a couple weeks ago we had off-campus student lunch, and there were sombreros on the table, and she just took one and walked around with it. So immediately she just popped into my head.
She was probably going sombrero and Birks, right?
Probably.
The Birkenstock?
Yeah, she loves the Birks.
That's her look. I can see that. All right, question number 3. If you were to go shopping with either a nun, a gangster, or a flamingo, which would you take with you and why?
Okay, fun fact, I gave this question out as a featured athlete question.
She gave all 3 of these questions out.
These are all my questions.
I'm just repurposing them.
I am stuck between a gangster and flamingo. You think that I would pick a flamingo?
You're going to pick flamingo, but now because I said that, you're going to say gangster.
I think I would pick a gangster only because everybody else would leave, and I would get it to myself, including like the salespeople.
Okay.
So maybe I wouldn't have to pay for things.
But then you'd be wanted.
Not if he takes them out for me.
You're an accomplice.
Oh, shoot. I might go with a flamingo.
Told you. Why a flamingo?
says it's not a gangster, I'm gonna get me arrested.
This is a true statement.
Oh, man.
I could see you walking around with a flamingo.
You could?
Who would, but, okay, I'm going to ask you this. Which teammate would be most likely to have a flamingo? A pet flamingo.
Oh, a pet flamingo. Man, who would it be? For some reason, Emily popped into my head. I feel like she would really enjoy having a pet flamingo.
I wonder if they have any flamingos in Hawaii.
I think they do.
Might have to research
Maybe
this.
not like wild flamingos, but I'm sure they have them somewhere.
This might be a really bad question, but are flamingos wild? Would they be considered wild?
Are some wild?
I don't know. I don't know. We're looking really bad here, folks, but there's just a lot of questions that we don't have any answers for.
geez.
So I'm going to try to do some research for next week's show, and then whoever Kenzie picks, we'll just have a weird discussion on flamingos and brownies and all that weird stuff. So, Kenzie, thank you so much for joining me on the show.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. And folks, the Oaks are in action on the road this week. Well, it's going to be before this episode is posted against Pacific Union on Wednesday night. So the next time they will be in action in conference play will be Saturday, October 14th. That's on the road in Rockland. They'll take on William Jessup University, a team they've already beaten once this season, and first serve is set for 2 o'clock. We invite you to tune into next week's show when Kenzie Carpenter will select the next interviewee on Unrooted Women's Volleyball Edition. Until then, we'll see you next week. Take care, everybody.
Leg over. My baby give me leg over. Hangover. Baby she dey give me hangover. Hey, leg over.